my tablet isn't working right. Oh, why isn't my tablet working? Record. Go. 3, 2, 1. Sorry, Rory. Hello, friends. I don't really have an intro because I don't do this. I am not a YouTuber. I don't know if I want to be a YouTuber. It seems incredibly stressful. Looking into this camera is making me anxious, but people ask me how I turned this into this, and so now I feel like I have to deliver. I'm not actually that anxious. YouTubers play things up a lot, right? Like that's how they do it, right? I mean, I could be doing something that isn't another water parks edit, but I kind of want the clout. On another note, it is taking me 3 days to start recording this from when people started asking me to make this video, and I would just like to say, I'm lazy. I'm not gonna say I'm lazy because today, instead of filming this video, like sitting here and doing the thing that I was going to do anyway in editing, except this time I'm talking about it and have a camera in front of me, I bought plants, I repotted those plants, and I went to Starbucks and I tried the Star drink, which is totally out of character for me. That's how much I was procrastinating from doing this because I don't want to mess it up. And before I turn into a recluse while I'm filming this, you can find me on social media at Floofy Feather on Instagram and on Twitter, and also here, apparently. So follow me there for more edits, and if you want to see my actual portfolio, I'll probably put a link in the description. I'm also very sorry for the amount of jump cuts that are going to be in a tutorial, which should not have jump cuts because I should know what I'm talking about, right? No. I'm the big dumb. So I will, in fact, be cutting out every single time I say, okay, and etc. The first thing I do whenever I'm editing these is open them in Photoshop. So, gonna go edit in Photoshop 2020. This is a Photoshop and Lightroom tutorial, by the way. I am so sorry if you don't have these two programs. I'm sure other softwares do the same thing. I just happen to still use Photoshop and Lightroom, even though I've mostly moved away from the Adobe Creative Suite. Finally, my computer thanks me. This video is edited in DaVinci Resolve. So, the first thing that I do is duplicate the layer. Background copy, totally fine. Then we Command I, or ooh, what was it? I haven't had a PC in so long. What is the PC version of Command? I don't remember. Command I. So Command I is going to invert the image. Cool. The goal here is to try to get this to be as grayscale as possible before we do anything else. So, gonna select color. Our opacity, we're gonna put it down to 50%, and that's gonna start to get it to look kind of grayscale. There's a few things that I want to change in here though, so we're gonna double click that image for the background copy, and we're gonna just not blend the red channel. So under advanced blending, there's gonna be these 3 icons down here. Click red, it's gonna bring back some of your reds. Awesome, amazing. Let's see what else we can do though. So if you can see behind here, it's just blending out a lot of the different channels. Yeah, play around with that. I don't know what would work best for your image, so play around with it. Try to get it as like good as possible, something that you feel comfortable working with. So right now, I actually think I want to keep the red and the green channel, so I'm going to deselect the red and the green, but we're going to keep the blue so we can blend the blue out. What we're going to do after that is we're going to duplicate this layer again, so we have background copy 2, and this time, after double clicking on here, we are going to blend the green channels. So you get a little green out of there. So yeah, even whenever you have a formula down, you're probably gonna have to play around and see what can be changed. So we're gonna do the greens. And I actually think on this one, we're gonna have to do a third layer. So let's see. Let's see what this third layer can do. Ah, yes. Third layer, taking out even more of the greens. Helped tremendously. That's all I had to do was another. So basically, if it's not where you want it to be, just keep piling on these layers and figuring out color combinations that work out. And eventually you'll get there. Finally moving on. I added another layer, and this is just to basically to work with it. What we're gonna do is start balancing the color in the skin tones. So we're gonna go up to select, we're gonna go to color range, and we're going to select this cheek or like a good place that would have the right skin tones. So what I just did was I had localized color clusters on because I was working on his shoes in the last one that I did. So this just, the point that you select, it shows like just the range where it would select from. It just made it easier to do the next steps for that small of an area. But for this one, we're gonna turn that off. Fuzziness is what selects the range of colors to pick from. I always go for like a wider range because it picks all those mid-tones and the shadows, and it's not just the color that you selected. And we can get rid of everything else that was selected anyway later. So what I'm gonna do is, this looks just about fine enough for me. So we're gonna select that. That is all gonna get selected. You're gonna get this guy. And then you go over to color balance and your adjustments, and it should open a new mask down here for you. Oh, Rory, what you doing? My rat is playing, and he is right there. In your color balance mask, what you're gonna do is start playing around with these properties. We're trying to find something that is close to a skin tone, just a skin tone, any skin tone. You have to keep in mind when you're choosing the skin tone, where your whites are gonna be, what other colors you're gonna be using later on in editing. So it's important that you select a skin tone that will work with the rest of the environment. So with this mask, the next thing we're gonna do, I already have it up, we're gonna go to our brush. Let's make this brush bigger, because what we're doing is painting out all of the white in this mask that does not belong. Make that a lot easier on us. We're gonna make that way bigger. So down here, you're gonna make sure that black is selected, and we are literally just gonna, I'm just gonna go over this. Stomach! I know I didn't eat today, but please let me have this. So if you can see in the corner here, after I was so rudely interrupted by my stomach, you can actually see that some of this yellowy, orangey thing that does not need to be there is going away, which is great because it brings it back to that neutral color that we need it to be. My poor laptop is doing its best. Also, if you think that you're gonna start doing more edits like this, I honestly suggest getting a drawing tablet, because it just, oh God, after I got this thing, I don't do edits like this often, but because I have this tablet, I started wanting to do more. And edits like this, in particular with a lot of masking in general, has been made so much easier because I have this now. So, I mean, I already had, I got it for Christmas. I might as well use it. All I'm gonna say is y'all hand parksies are gonna go feral over this, aren't you? I know about y'all. I know way too much about y'all. You're funny though. Like, you guys are genuinely hilarious. But you're feral. Every little white spot down in here that I see that should not be a white spot, I'm gonna go in and make sure it's all the correct color. This is my job. I mean, like, they didn't pay me to do this. I'm just doing this on my own, but this, being nosy, being this nosy is what I normally get paid to do. And it does not get less awkward. I brought snacks! Oreo has chocolate marshmallow Oreos now. They're so good. Don't forget to shave partway through, because I don't do that nearly as often as I should. And even though I'm telling you now to do it, I'm still not going to do it. Why? Because I hate myself. If any of the Parks guys are watching this, where did Austin get this shirt? Because I kind of want this shirt. I don't remember how like low the lettering goes, but I kind of want to make it a crop top. Or if you know where I can find it already as a crop top, I will take it. I genuinely want this shirt. So if anybody knows where I can find it, let me know. Drop a link. DM me on Twitter. Something like that. Yes, that is it. Boom. Okay. So I actually think I want to play around with this a little bit more. Just to see where I can... That looks better. Oh, almost forgot. When you're doing this, very important details do matter. Don't forget to... No, go back. Go back. Thank you. Can I have the brush, please? Don't forget to do, like, eyes and teeth and things like that, because eyes and teeth are gonna be white. This is what I mean by I'm, like, too up close and personal. This is where photography gets kind of weird, because I'm just, like, all in this dude's business. Awesome. Amazing. Spectacular. Cool. So now that we've got skin tone down and we've got the colors, more of a grayscale, the next thing that I like to do is little details. So like how you can kind of see down here that his shoes are supposed to be red. What I'm gonna do is do that off camera, save you the agony of having to watch me do all of this again, and then we're gonna come back to it. After you do all of whatever color correction that you want to do, what you're gonna do is save it. As it's saving, it's gonna go to Lightroom. So eventually, it's gonna pop up down in here, which is gonna be great. My computer's also at 33%. Don't need this anymore, so I'm just gonna unplug this. Give my computer one less thing to worry about. And we're still waiting, aren't we? waiting. Oh, there we go. You're gonna open it up in Lightroom, and from here you just treat it like any other photo. I actually want to copy the general style of this one because it looks really nice. So I'm just gonna do this the lazy way and hit previous. And this would essentially be my preset. Let's reset the crop on here. So from here, you could just edit it however you like. Let's make sure that the white balance is set, that this is going to be white, maybe a little bit over towards blue to kind of calm down those oranges that are in his skin. Maybe go down to hue and saturation, more than likely saturation. Bring this down some, bring down the reds. That's why the reds up, oh, the reds are up that high because of the shoes. Bring down the reds a little bit, maybe bring this down a little bit, desaturate. And then, yeah, now you've got color corrected skin tones. Went from here to closer. So now you can crop it however you like. I like to do a 16:9. I'm probably gonna rotate it and get this nice little area right here. And yeah, there we go. So I've proven to myself and to everyone else that I am not a YouTuber, even though I'm trying to be. I'm really trying. So for now, I'm gonna let my camera and my computer and probably my phone and everything else that needs to charge. And I think I'm gonna be filming a part 2 for how to get these fun squiggly shapes. Comment, tweet at me, like, share, and subscribe for part 2. I don't know, is that what YouTubers do? That's what they do, right? I really hope my incoherent rambling helped you, even in the slightest, because I don't know how it just came out of my brain. When I edit this, I am going to feel so bad.